Hillary Clinton said in her book that, oops, you know, I kind of did this Washington to Wall Street thing and I regretted it. But it's different for Obama, isn't it? Because she had plans to go back.
You know, I think that's a good point. And when I spoke to Obama's friends on Wall Street, the bankers who know him, they all said that pretty consistently. Look, he's a private citizen. He's giving speeches to successful people. No problem with that. But what's interesting, and something that really stuck with me, Jeff Hauser, who's the head of the Revolving Door Project, he sort of studies political corruption.
Yes.
What he pointed out to me is that Obama is one of the most important Democrats in the country, and that he's not going to run for president, but he is, for example, he's been an important supporter of their redistricting program that has to do with gerrymandering. And of course, he really put his thumb on the scales for Tom Perez to head the DNC. So what Hauser told me, and which stuck with me, is that if he wants to play this important role, he's going to have to act like it.
Yeah, so does this take away some of his credibility then?
Well, what's interesting for me, and what we get at in the piece, I hope people check it out on Bloomberg.com, you know, the Democrats are sort of at this existential crisis, I think you could call it. You know, the Republicans certainly are too with the strife between Trump and the Hill, but there are some Democrats, like the Clintons, for example, who really embrace corporate power and embrace the markets and have for years. On the other hand, though, you've got Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders, and you can feel like this gravitational force. They want to pull Democrats away from friendliness with big corporations. So to answer your question, I think that if that becomes one of the biggest questions for the Democrats in 2020, then Obama's making more than $1 million from Wall Street speeches is certainly going to come into play.
The question is, he's an influencer. Let's call him that. He's an influencer. If he's being effectively paid to make these speeches, and you could kind of tie what appears to be some kind of ribbon between the fact that these people are paying him and therefore could in some way use influence on him to then influence how the party goes. It feels tenuous.
First of all, I like the word influencer. That's very 2017.
Thank you, I'm trying.
I think Obama would like that. I think that at the end of the day, the mantle of populism, which was taken by Trump to win the White House, he insulted Hillary Clinton's ties to Goldman Sachs.
Yes, he did.
Which was pretty ironic, considering, within his first few months, he named senior Goldman Sachs executives to the White House. The Democrats may want to take that mantle of populism back and say that we are the party who stand for working class Americans.
And Obama stands in the way of that in this circumstance?
Well, what Obama is doing now by speaking to a company like the Carlyle Group, a private equity giant, is aligning himself with corporate power at a time when Democrats may want to be turning away from it.